Hey guys, what's up? It's Joseph, and today I wanted to talk about old LEGO themes that I think need to be brought back or revived. These are themes that we haven't seen LEGO sets or games out of for the past few years that would be cool to see today. Let's jump right into it. Starting out, one of my favorite film franchises is the Pirates of the Caribbean film franchise. And LEGO has not only made LEGO sets based off of the movies, but even a game. They released a bulk of their sets in 2011, but also released one set in 2017. The game came out in 2011 as well. And if I'm being honest, I got this whole video idea from Pirates of the Caribbean. I recently rewatched the movies and I realized that I really missed out on the old sets back in the day. LEGO hasn't released any Pirates of the Caribbean stuff for like the past 3 years and has only released one set in the past 8. And if I'm being honest, there's not really that much new sets they could do, but they could update and remake the old sets like they do for Star Wars and Harry Potter. A new Pirates of the Caribbean LEGO game would be cool as well, as it does not have the 5th movie and could really use a graphical update. I do feel like reviving this theme is possible and logical, as I think that would make money and be successful. Also, I've heard that another Pirates movie is in the works, so what better time than now to start planning some new sets. And one more thing, LEGO has made tons of pirate ships, but they've somehow never made the Flying Dutchman. This theme is probably the theme that I would be most excited for to see come back. Next up, we have another theme based off of one of my favorite film franchises, LEGO Indiana Jones. We haven't had any Indiana Jones sets in the past decade, and it would be nice for this theme to come back. Plus, most of the sets from this theme are based off of the 4th movie, which was definitely the worst movie. I guess they couldn't really make any new sets, maybe a Castle Brunwald or something, but they could definitely update the sets and add new minifigures and that kind of stuff. Adding on, a new LEGO Indiana Jones game would be nice, but I guess it wouldn't really make sense to release one until a new movie comes out. Luckily, speaking of a new movie, I've heard that an Indiana Jones 5 is in the works, so that can mean new sets and a new game soon. Another theme I'd like to see return would be the LEGO Pirates theme. In the past few years, LEGO's had 2 big waves of pirate sets, in 2009 and in 2015. So I assume that we will be getting a new wave soon. Regardless, I'd just like to see Pirates return to LEGO, whether it be in Pirates of the Caribbean or just the classic Pirates theme. On the bright side, LEGO does typically release some Pirates sets every year, like the Barracuda base set or through LEGO Creator. Ultimately, I think that this theme would be very successful, and I think that people would love to see Pirates return to LEGO. Next up, we have a 2-in-1 with the LEGO The Hobbit and the Lord of the Rings. Although Hobbit sets have been released relatively recently, I think that a few years from now updating or releasing new sets on The Hobbit would be nice to see. Adding on, like the other themes from this list, the Hobbit sets are very expensive on eBay and other websites. As for the Lord of the Rings, this would also be cool to see return. The sets of minifigs from these 2 themes are awesome and would be nice to see updated and even better one day. Adding on, maybe even one day LEGO could make a LEGO Hobbit and Lord of the Rings game with all 6 movies together in one game. That would be sick. On the downside though, I'm not really sure if we'll ever receive more sets from these 2 themes in the future. I mean, there's no plans that I've heard of for a future Lord of the Rings or Hobbit movie, and, well, I haven't heard, I don't know if it's just going to happen. Overall, though, these themes are really nice, and ultimately they produce some really nice sets, and it would be cool to see them released one day in a new form. And last but not least, we have the LEGO Sports theme. Personally, as a huge sports fan, I'd love to see this theme return. I'd love to see LEGO Sports with the NBA, NFL, NHL, MLB, just all sports. I think that this theme would be very successful, and I think that there's just a huge market for this kind of stuff. I think that LEGO doesn't really have the rights to do this anymore, as it's been a long time since they've released LEGO sports sets, and there's this company called Oyo. I'm not sure if anyone's heard of it, but they make sports minifigures and sets based off the NFL and NBA, I believe. But I think that if LEGO revisited this theme, that it would be very cool, and it'd be a lot of fun. Although I do have to admit the faces on some of the NBA figures do look kind of funky and funny looking. I think that if they revisited this theme, they could really improve upon their old designs and just make the sets a lot better along with the minifigures. And I think it'd be really cool and awesome to have. I mean, I'd love to have a Zion Lego minifigure as a huge Pelicans fan. So yeah. Anyways, these are just a few themes that I think need to be revived and re-released. I think that there's a lot of potential for all these themes, and if they were to remake them and have them re-released, that would be awesome. So thanks for watching, have a great day, and bye.